Please read the disclaimer. XRP holders, what a wild day here for the crypto market. XRP and crypto and stocks just went bananas, volatile because of a few things that happen. Most of them have to do with President Trump. We'll talk about all the things that happened. First, we started off, currently XRP is at $1.40, almost 42 cents, up 0.9% on the day. We started out the day with GDP coming in a lot smaller than expected, or a lot lower than expected. It was expected to be around 3%, but came in just at 1.4%. And this is a major whiff and a miss here. Trump tweeted out the Democrat shutdown cost the USA at least 2 points in GDP. That's why they're doing it in a MIDI form again. No shutdowns, also lower interest rates. Too late, Powell is the worst. President Trump. And so that came out this morning. The tweet, people are saying that it came out actually before the data came out. I don't know. But also PC data came in at 2.9, the highest level since March of 2024. This is important because the PCE is the Federal Reserve's preferred measure of inflation. Even though CPI and core CPI have been trending down recently, the PCE numbers show that the cost of goods and services is still rising inside the economy. So now we have a difficult situation. On the one side, growth is slowing, GDP is much weaker than expected, economic activity is losing momentum, and job losses are increasing. On the other side, inflation in goods and services is not fully under control. Prices are still rising at a pace that is above the Fed's target. This creates pressures on consumers. If growth slows while prices continue rising, households face more difficulty managing expenses. Income growth does not keep up with the cost of living, and financial stress increases. Now the Federal Reserve faces a clear dilemma. If they cut rates quickly and inject liquidity into the system, it could help support GDP growth and improve job market. Lower rates make borrowing cheaper and can boost spending and investments. However, if inflation is still elevated, cutting rates too early could push prices higher again. That would make inflation problem worse. And if the Fed keeps rates high and stays on pause, inflation may cool further, but slower growth could turn into deeper weaknesses. GDP could weaken more and the labor market could deteriorate further. So right now, the Fed is stuck between two risks: cut rate and risk higher inflation, or hold rates and risk deeper economic slowdown. So this is a tough decision for the Fed and uncertainty, right? So actually, when this data came out, I forgot my thingamajig, the cable for my camera. So I'm using my integrated camera, and I can see when is 3:30 here. Yeah, this is when the GDP data came out. You can see the market dropped a little bit, but then started coming out once the data was released. So the market actually, and XRP here, reacted positively to the data that came out. But then later in the afternoon, we had the ruling that the Supreme Court of the United States has officially ruled that President Trump's tariffs are illegal. In a 6-3 ruling, the U.S. now faces a potential of $150 billion in tariff refunds. Wait, this builds. Don't be screaming at the screen. President Trump already told us what he's going to do. Right? Wait. Okay, we'll get to that. I'm building to that. Okay. And so once this came out, the market started going bananas a little bit. More the S&P 500. It was very interesting. I was at my, I guess you could call her my niece. It's my wife's brother's daughter, right? So I guess she's my niece too. 1-year-old birthday. And at the time, the information came out, and the stock market didn't know what to do. It went up and then came back down, and then came up and then went back down, and then went up again. It didn't know where it wanted to go. It was very, very flippity floppity there. And because people were tweeting out, hey, we'll get to this in just a second. People were tweeting out, what's happening, and Trump said that he has backup plans. So the administration previously said they'll attempt other laws as justification, and they could go another way. So once that came out, the market started going wishy-washy a little bit, and up and down, up and down. And before we get to the Trump press conference, We also have the Trump coming out and saying that maybe this is a false flag, by the way, because the last time when they attacked Iran, they kind of did a little bit of trickery and made the Iranians think that they weren't going to. Remember, oh, we're looking and then maybe in next 2 weeks and this and that. And then they did it secretly, right? Remember? So right now, the word is on the street is that they're now planning something a little bit softer. But right now, the US has assembled its largest military force in the Middle East since the 2003 Iraq invasion. With all this military equipment, 2 aircraft carriers, 12 warships, hundreds of fighter jets, multiple air defense systems, 150 plus US military cargo flights, another 50 fighter jets in 48 hours. Jets includes F-35s, F-22s, and F-16Ss. Oil prices are up to a fresh 6-month high. So with that happening, people on the street are also talking about the fact that Trump wants to have all the firepower that he can, and to kind of maybe, what's it called? Give a chicken wing, right, behind the back to the Iranians and make them scared, and that way they'll sign the deal and they'll disarm themselves. But they still have lots of ballistic missiles, so that is the concern here. We'll see how this is going to play out. It's an ongoing story, right? So then President Trump came out and the markets were anticipating him to speak. And I think it was 12:45 Eastern time. But and the market kind of sold off into that. You can see XRP here dipped down about 2%. So nothing too crazy, but the markets dipped here and waited and waited and waited. It was about 30 minutes late, I think. But let's listen to what he says about what they could potentially do here.
Under the various tariff authorities, so we can use other of the statutes, other of the tariff authorities, which have also been confirmed and are fully allowed. Therefore, effective immediately, all national security tariffs under Section 232 and existing Section 301 tariffs, they're existing, they're there, remain in place, fully in place, and in full force and effect. Today, I will sign an order to impose a 10% global tariff under Section 122, over and above our normal tariffs already being charged. And we're also initiating several Section 301 and other investigations to protect our country from unfair trading practices of other countries and companies. Thank you for your attention to this matter, and I say quite simply, which I've said for a long time, make America great again. And interestingly, we've already made it great, so I don't have to use that, but I don't think we'll ever give up on MAGA. MAGA is always going to be with us.
Basically, when he came out, he was talking, about the court justices, and it's interesting because 2 of them were justices that he appointed in his previous administration, but now they voted against him, and they're basically saying here that they are going to use other legal framework in order to justify the tariffs and actually add another 10% tariffs here. He said in the beginning of the speech, I was actually I tried listening to it, but kids, family, right? You can see I'm not at home, but he said that he has been holding back a little bit, right? They were only using that specific the rule that they were using, right? That they said that there was no justification for using it. The emergency power, right, to impose global indefinite tariffs. He said that because he only used that, he didn't use other tools that he had under his belt. So now he's going to use those tools. And he also said that they're going to fight this in court, the 175 billion, and it will be the next 5 years of them, going back and forth here. So it's they're going to take them to court, and we'll see what could potentially happen here. It is what it is. Right now, the market is not too freaked out about this. Okay, so we're not seeing huge sell-offs or anything like that. It has been volatile, not as volatile as some people might have thought today. The crypto market is holding, give or take. XRP did drop to 137, but the markets themselves didn't react to this too poorly. And this is the S&P 500. You can see up 0.62% on the day. NASDAQ up also 0.6%. And the VIX is down about 4.7%, under 20. So the market reacted pretty good here, and it will be very interesting to see how this plays out over the next few days. Now, as always, I just want to remind you that this video is for educational purposes, for entertainment purposes only, not financial advice. Always do your own due diligence before you decide to invest. Also, check out the links in the description down below. See if anything interests you. Subscribe to the channel for more XRP and crypto daily updates. And the easiest thing you can do to support the channel is to drop a comment, just to smash the like button. And also, there's something new called Hype, so you can try that as well if it's available in your jurisdiction. Thank you for watching. I hope to see you next time. And like I always say, let's make a lot of money.